Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne. I got a video for that Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. Today's video, we will be taking a look at OPM's email that was sent to all federal employees. OPM, Office of Personnel Management. I'm going to break down 4 pillars that they're talking about in this email and discuss how it could possibly impact VBA, Veterans Benefit Administration employees. But most important, the nuggets that I'm going to be dropping in this video pertains to you, the veteran. What can you be doing to get ahead of all of this madness? Make sure you stick around. Okay, before we get into the email, I'm going to show you from OPM, Office of Personnel Management. Make sure you click the link in the description section and get signed up for my Veteran Monthly membership. Now, the email that was sent to all federal employees. Now, I'm hearing chatter on social media that this is the same email that was sent to the Twitter employees when Elon Musk purchased Twitter and turned it into X. Now, I don't follow social media like that, but if you know this is the same email, leave a comment in the comment section of this video, okay? Also, most importantly, there's a lot of talk about this is going to happen, that is going to happen. Everything is proposed right now. Nothing has happened, but I'm pretty sure some of it is going to come to fruition. Now, there was a video that I did back in December telling people, hey, you need to start doing these things now to get ahead of these changes, because we knew that we were getting a new administration, which means we're going to get a new VA secretary. And now we are here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this email. So here is the email from OPM Office of U.S. Office of Personnel Management, and they named it Fork in the Road. So as you can see, it states, below is the email that was sent to federal employees on January 28th, 2025, presenting a deferred resignation offer. If you did not respond to that email and wish to accept the deferred resignation offer, you may do so by following these steps, okay? First one, send an email, where to send it to from your government account. Only an email from your government account or .mail account will be accepted. Type the word resign in the subject line, and of the email, hit send. Okay, so deferred resignation email to federal employees. So this went out to all federal employees, just not VA employees, but VA employees did get this email as well. During the first week of his administration, President Trump issued a number of directives concerning the federal workforce. Among those directives, the president required that employees return to in-person work, restored accountability for employees who have policy-making authority restored automatically. Okay, so then we go into 4 pillars, and we're going to get into that, all right? So let's just take a look at the first pillar. And I may do a separate video breaking down this whole return to work, because I believe a lot of veterans have this, they're mistaking this whole policy as it pertains to VBA employees. Now, return to work. What they're talking about is trying to get employees back in the office. Now, you got to keep in mind when it comes to VA employees, to include VBA, VHA, you have bargaining employees and non-bargaining employees, okay? The bargaining employees are your VSRs, RVSRs, DROs, decision review officers. The non-bargaining employees are the management team, okay? So they can be called back in office at any time, because guess what? They are not in the union. Bargaining employees are in the union, and they got to go through this whole thing. I'm pretty sure the union is in an upheaval of like, nope, the people that are working from home, they need to stay working from home, okay? Because you have jobs that are telework, remote positions, and then you have jobs that are reasonable accommodations. Now, I talked to one of the union presidents years ago, back when I went home, and the way she explained to me, reasonable accommodation is a law. So I know a lot of those individuals are definitely not trying to come back in, but some are, may be willing to go back in the office. All right, let's keep going. Performance culture. The federal workforce should be comprised of the best America has to offer. We will insist on excellence at every level. Our performance standards will be updated to reward and promote those that exceed expectations and address in a fair and open way those who did not meet the high standards which the taxpayers of this country have a right to demand. Okay, so I'm in agreement with that, and here's the reason why. I did a video in the past, and it's crazy how what I've been talking about, references some of this stuff. And I think, what I mean by that is look at my video where I talk about DTA errors. And in that video, I'm talking about, DTA errors are way up. A lot of the employees are making mistakes, and I'm talking about how maybe they're not advocates for veterans. The training that they're getting is not as good as it should be, okay? So all those individuals out there for example, VA employees that are requesting CMP exams, okay, that don't need to because maybe the veteran has an actionable and sufficient DBQ and nexus statement, I feel they should be getting errors for that because that's holding up their claim. If it's actionable and sufficient, they should go ahead and boom, send it to the rating activity. The rating activity needs to go ahead and rate it. For those VA employees that are not advocates, I think the QRT team, the quality team, needs to put something in place and say, hey, if you do this, you request that exam and you don't need to, you get an error. And I guarantee they get in line, and they will get in line real quick, okay? Pillar number 3, more streamlined and flexible workforce. While a few agencies and even branches of the military are likely to increase in their size workforce, the majority of federal agencies are likely to be downsized through restructuring. Now, if this happens to VBA, a lot of veterans are going to be in a world of hurt. Here's why. They went on this hiring campaign during COVID. They hired people during the PACT Act just to keep up with the demand. If they lower that workforce, that is going to be a problem. So you think about claims taking an average of maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months, double that, okay? Because now you're going to have less people dealing with this, over 1 million claims in inventory, okay? So I'm pretty sure over a period of time, you're going to see that backlog increase, okay? But what if they don't get enough people to resign and they want to lower the workforce under VBA because the compensation piece is under VBA, all right? You got a lot of people at the VA, VBA that are in their probationary period, okay? I'm not saying that they will try and let some of those people go, but what if they do? Or what if they force some people out? People say, I'm gonna go ahead and resign. That still can have an impact, but we may not know it until we get the data, maybe 3 months, every 3 months, every 6 months, every 9 months, when you see this backlog start to increase. So I'm going to be tracking that as well. Pillar number 4, enhanced standards of conduct. The federal workforce should be comprised of employees who are reliable, loyal, trustworthy, and who strive for excellence in their daily work. Employees will be subject to enhanced standards of suitability and conduct as we move forward, okay? They gotta have a certain level of conduct. But let me go back to the flexible workforce. They talk about increased standards. I remember they increased the Rater standards, I think it was July 5th, 2017, never forget it. And management idea was, let's increase production standards, let's increase the quality standards, and guess what happened? Yeah, they got more work done because guess what? VA employees were going through these claims a lot faster, but also they saw a lot more DTA errors. Okay, because you start rushing because you're like, I gotta make this quota, I gotta make my quota. When the quality team start pulling those reviews, error. That will hold your claim up. So I think increasing the production quota, quality quota for VBA employees will be the wrong thing to do, okay? Let's keep going. Looking at the rest of this information, okay? I'm not gonna go over this piece. I'll put the link for this that I'm reading off of, that I'm showing you in the description section, okay? But here is the email. Let's scroll down a little bit. So it says the last day to accept the Deferred Resignation program is February 6, 2025, okay? And I think I saw something back up here. Yep, right here where it says exempt from all applicable in-person work requirements until September 30, 2025, or earlier if you choose to accelerate your resignation for any reason. The details of this separation plan can be found below, okay? So here are the details, and you can take a look, okay? I'm not going to read through that, but let me know. I know some of my subscribers, they're on YouTube and other social medias. If this, or if you've heard, if this is the same email that was sent to Twitter employees when Elon Musk purchased Twitter, okay? So let me know, and I definitely appreciate it, all right? Okay, so I know that was probably a lot to unpack, but those 4 pillars, I just went over, I want to go over and share my thoughts and opinions on how it could affect BV. Now, what can you do as the veteran? I did a video, like I stated earlier, back in December, outlining things that you need to be doing now. And I was primarily focused on the changes for that was supposed to be coming into effect for tinnitus, sleep apnea, and the general rating criteria for mental conditions in April 2025. Still haven't heard if that's going to be implemented, okay? Also in that same video, I was talking about, hey, you know, start working on your claim, get that continuity as it pertains to your treatment. Start going to the doctor for a condition once a month. Maybe we need to accelerate that to every 2 weeks, okay? Those are the things I was talking about because we knew we were going to get a new administration. We didn't know what things they were going to implement, and a lot of stuff has been going on. So you still need to keep your eye on your claim because right now, you know, things are starting to happen, okay? We don't have any control over that. What we do have control over is you continue to get educated, getting things documented, building that fully developed claim. So when it lands on that VA employee's desk and they say, oh, I have everything I need. I don't need to go out and do development for this. I don't need to go out and do development for that. I don't need to request a CMP exam because the veteran gave me an actionable and sufficient DBQ. They can send it to the rating activity. And I know a lot of you are going to say, Dwayne, what is the rating activity? Don't worry about it. I got you covered. I got a video for that explaining the rating activity, which is the raters. So the VSR sends it to the RVSR, boom, 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 claim approved if you have everything in line. Now, I know that sounds easy, but this may not be a bad thing. Here's why. If you have everything that you need, progress notes, DBQs, that may force that VA employee that's not an advocate to say, hey, you know what? Let me go ahead. They raise the standards. I'm not going to request that CMP exam. I'm going to go ahead and send it to rating activity. I can get my production quota, get on to the next vet. The rater rates it, boom, out the door, okay? But that's wishful thinking. But again, there's work that you have to do as the veteran. Get educated, start getting things documented to help build that fully developed claim. And when you do that and you submit it to the VA, you're going to help that VA employee to help you, hopefully, especially if they're an advocate for veterans. With that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and as always, share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.